There are places on this planet that test the very limits of survival. Heard Island and the McDonald Islands are one such place, raw, untamed, and utterly unforgiving. This isn't a destination for a casual holiday, it's a challenge, a call to the adventurer in all of us. Imagine a land so remote, so fiercely guarded by the elements that only a handful of humans have ever set foot there. Here there are no paths, no shelters, no signs of modern life, only the raw power of nature. It's a place that strips you down to your core, forcing you to rely on instinct and resilience. This is where you find true wilderness, and in that wilderness you find a piece of yourself. The call of the wild is a pull towards the unknown, a desire to see what lies beyond the next ridge. For me, places like Heard Island are the ultimate test, not just of survival, but of understanding our place in the world. When you stand before a landscape unchanged for millennia, you can't help but feel small, yet deeply connected. This journey is more than an expedition, it's an exploration of the very essence of survival. We will venture into a world of ice, rock, and relentless wind. We'll see creatures that thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth, and we'll learn why it's so important to protect these last untouched sanctuaries. Join me as we answer the call from the edge of the world and discover the untamed soul of Heard Island. This is true adventure, this is survival. To understand Heard Island, you first need to grasp its staggering remoteness. You can't just book a flight and show up. It's a fortress, isolated by one of the most treacherous oceans on Earth. Located in the Southern Ocean, about 4,000 kilometers southwest of Australia, it sits in the infamous Furious 50s. This is no gentle sea, it's a maelstrom of massive waves, ferocious winds, and biting cold. The journey itself is a test of endurance, a battle against the elements before you even reach land. The nearest significant landmass is Antarctica, over 1,600 kilometers to the south. This isolation is the island's greatest defense, keeping it pristine and wild. Very few expeditions have ever made it here, fewer visitors than Mount Everest sees in a single season. Each journey requires a specially equipped vessel, a seasoned crew, and a lot of courage. In a world that feels increasingly small, Heard Island remains almost entirely beyond our reach. The voyage can take weeks, with storms that appear out of nowhere and winds that whip the sea into a frenzy. This remoteness is not just a fact, it's the defining spirit of the islands. Evolution here has followed its own unique path, untouched by humans for thousands of years. The landscape has been shaped only by wind, ice, and fire. As we approach, battling waves and wind, anticipation builds. We're traveling back in time to a world untouched by human hands. The challenge is immense, but the reward is a glimpse into a truly wild kingdom. The moment you see Heard Island, you know this is a land of extremes, born from the clash of ice and fire. Towering above all is Big Ben, an active volcano shrouded in cloud and glaciers. The landscape is a dramatic mix of black volcanic rock, stark white ice, and the churning gray of the Southern Ocean. The air is crisp, cold, and charged with energy. The climate is harsh, polar tundra, brutally cold, wet, and windy all year. Weather changes in an instant, one moment sunlight, the next a blizzard. The average temperature hovers just above freezing, but the wind chill makes it feel much colder. The island is almost entirely covered by ice, with glaciers carving their way down from the volcanic peak. When they meet the ocean, they form towering ice cliffs that calve with a thunderous roar. This is a dynamic, ever-changing landscape, alive with the sound of grinding ice and crashing waves. Volcanic heat from below and glacial ice from above create a volatile environment. Steam vents hiss near the summit, melting pockets in the ice and releasing the smell of sulfur. This is a land being built by eruptions and torn down by glaciers, a battlefield of elements. The result is one of the most dramatic and awe-inspiring landscapes on Earth. The glaciers of Heard Island are the landscape, covering over 70% of the island in a thick ice cap. These are rugged, working glaciers, covered in volcanic debris and scarred with deep crevasses. They flow unstoppably from Big Ben to the coast, carving deep valleys and shaping the jagged shoreline. Walking on these glaciers is a serious undertaking. Crevasses can be hundreds of feet deep, often hidden by snow. Every step demands focus and teamwork. Survival means trusting your gear and your team. The scale is staggering. Imagine standing at the base of a glacier like Gotli, over 9 kilometers long, a frozen tsunami paused in time. When these glaciers reach the sea, they form spectacular ice cliffs, calving with deafening power. But these glaciers are also telling us a story. They're retreating at an alarming rate. Since the 1940s, the area covered by glaciers has shrunk significantly. This is a clear sign of a warming climate. These ancient rivers of ice are melting, a stark warning that even the most remote places are not immune to change. The glaciers are nature's warning signal. Their retreat is a message we can't ignore. At the heart of Heard Island lies Big Ben, a massive, active volcano. Rising to 2,745 meters, Mawson Peak is taller than any mountain on the Australian mainland. This is no ordinary mountain, it's one of the most remote, active volcanoes in the world. Its summit is often hidden by clouds and steam, a sign of the immense heat below. Volcanic activity is a constant presence. Eruptions have been confirmed in recent decades. Lava flows melt their way through thick glaciers, creating a surreal, dangerous landscape. The battle between fire and ice is literal here, shaping the island's very fabric. For scientists, it's a natural laboratory, studying how glaciers behave with a heat source beneath them. For adventurers, climbing Big Ben is one of the most difficult and dangerous objectives on the planet. Only a handful have ever stood on its summit. To stand there with the wind howling and the ground alive with geothermal energy is to stand on the planet's pulse. It's a raw, humbling experience. Heard Island is a fortress of life, a vital sanctuary where vast colonies of seabirds and seals thrive, free from human disturbance. The beaches are alive with elephant seals, Antarctic fur seals and leopard seals, their calls filling the air. Southern elephant seals are the giants here, with massive bulls battling for territory. Antarctic fur seals, once hunted to near extinction, have made a remarkable recovery. The island is a globally important breeding ground for millions of seabirds. Penguin rookeries, macaroni, gentoo, king, and chinstrap, cover the island. King penguin colonies, tens of thousands strong, are unforgettable. These birds are tough, perfectly adapted to the relentless wind and cold. The skies are filled with albatrosses, petrels, and skuas, master aviators riding the southern ocean winds. Heard Island provides a safe haven, free from predators and disturbances. This is not just a collection of animals, it's a complex, functioning ecosystem. Life flourishes here in the most extreme conditions. It is a treasure of biodiversity. Heard Island is a priceless natural laboratory, preserved by its extreme isolation. Scientists study a baseline ecosystem here, measuring the effects of global changes with rare accuracy. The rapid retreat of its glaciers provides clear evidence of global warming. Ice cores reveal past temperatures, atmospheric composition, and volcanic events, history books written in ice. The island's unique biology offers insights into how life adapts to extreme environments. Its simple food web makes it easier to understand how ecosystems respond to change. Volcanic activity provides a rare chance to study the interaction of magma and ice. This helps us understand similar processes in places like Iceland, or even on other planets. Heard Island is a living textbook of geology, glaciology, biology, and climatology. The knowledge gained here is invaluable. It helps us understand our world and our impact on it. Heard Island may seem indestructible, but it's incredibly fragile. Its isolation has protected it but also made its ecosystem uniquely vulnerable. The introduction of non-native species could have catastrophic consequences. Strict quarantine procedures are in place. Every item must be meticulously cleaned before coming ashore. Protecting this kingdom requires constant vigilance and commitment to conservation. The greatest threat, though, is climate change. Melting glaciers are the most obvious sign, but warmer oceans threaten the entire food web. The ecosystem from krill to seals and penguins is at risk. Heard Island is intimately connected to our actions, no matter how far away. Its health reflects the health of our planet. Protecting it is about all of us taking responsibility for our impact. This fragile kingdom is a barometer for the planet, and it's telling us we need to act. We've journeyed to the edge of the world, to a land of ice and fire, raw power, and breathtaking beauty. Places like Heard Island are more than remote dots on a map. They're the heart and soul of our planet. Their wildness is a reminder of what we stand to lose if we aren't careful. The fate of this icy wilderness is tied to our own. Its melting glaciers are a warning bell for the world. We must be the guardians of these wild places, their voice, their advocates. The spirit of adventure is also about caring for the world we explore. The future of wilderness depends on us, on our choices, our willingness to live sustainably, and our passion for nature. Let the story of Heard Island inspire you to protect the wild corners of our planet. Join this mission not just by watching but by caring. Support organizations that protect these fragile environments. Share this story and help raise a chorus of voices for the wilderness. The wild is counting on us, let's not let it down.